Welcome, everybody, to yet another show here on the Brother Pill podcast. I am one of your three hosts, O'Shea Duke Jackson. Guys, thank you for those people who were waiting before the show starts. We had almost like 35 people that were waiting before the show started. Thank you so much. And then also what we have for those of you that are restreaming and watching, not live, but just watching for your own leisure. Thank you also. Today, we have a very, very, very special topic, and this is not a new topic for those of you who read www.negromanosphere.com, which I sometimes write on. That Donovan writes every week. Ron Wills writes. Black women create the men that they complain about. This article was written by the one and only Ron Wills. It's the most successful article ever written on the website. It broke the website twice. D.L. Hughley got a hold of the article and shared it on his page. It got over 3,500 or 4,000 shares. It happened twice on the site at two different times, months apart. And the article that Ram talks about, which is in the description, is talking about how Black women raise their daughters, but coddle the sons. And so the sons become interdependent and become lazy and can't do anything for themselves. And then Black women will call these Black men ain't shit Black men, or they're not able to do anything. So we want to talk about today, do Black women create the men that they complain about? Again, my name is O'Shea Duke Jackson. I have two channels. This is one of them. My main channel is O'Shea Duke Jackson with almost 57,000 subscribers. I'll go ahead and let Donovan introduce himself, and I'll put all of our stuff in the description. Go ahead, Donovan.
Yeah, it's your man, Donovan Sharp. I, of course, I host my show, TSR Live with Donovan Sharp, Monday through Thursday afternoons at 5 in the afternoon, 5 p.m., I'm also on the Brother Pill podcast here Tuesdays and Thursdays. And, of course, I'm on the Red Man group at 10 o'clock on Saturday mornings. Today on my show, I talked about what I learned, what being the side dude, what being the other man taught me about women. It was a very good episode, very informative. Yesterday, I talked about why men always win in the end, why men always have the last laugh. So it's been a great week of shows. I had Jonathan from Modern Life Dating on my show a little earlier in the day, talked about 13 myths that American men, American people think about Japan. We dispelled 13 myths. So good week of shows. And the answer to the question is, do Black women create the men that complain about? I think the answer is obvious, and we'll talk about that obviously during the show.
Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and go to LAR. LAR, thanks for coming on. I know you got the chicken wings and everything popping off.
Yes, sir.
Mad, unprofessional, and negroidish, but I'm hungry. That's right. The answer is absolutely yes. Yes, man, I do. I only eat once a day for the most part. But here's the thing. The answer is absolutely yes, and I'm going to tell y'all why when it's my turn. Let's get it popping.
Okay. Let me just do this. I'll kind of bring home the importance of Rom's articles a little bit here in the discussion. We'll kind of read a little bit, not all of it. But again, Ron wrote this in March 2017. This was just really early in the inception of what is known as negromanosphere.com. As you guys know, Ron, Alan Roger Curry, and Donovan Sharp, there were the main talent that kind of came together and kind of started writing from a Black male's perspective. With Alan just kind of focusing more on dating, and Donovan focusing on a little bit of everything. Rom also kind of focused in on more of the African-American perspective from some of the pejorative things that Black women were saying about Black men. And he is fair in this article. You see, there's some truth, but in the community where there's an epidemic of single mothers, the blame has to be spread on both sides. So he does so that. But he does talk about that Black women do give more consideration to their daughters, but they love their sons. They baby their sons. They tell their daughters to be independent, and that's kind of the main subject, because LAR was talking about that. So let's kind of ask Donovan here in getting started. Are Black women preparing their daughters for success and leaving their sons to be interdependent on them and other women?
No, you're half right. Black women think they are preparing their daughters for success, but they're preparing their daughters for failure. Mm-hmm. And the reason why they're preparing their daughters for failure is they tell them, be strong and independent, go out and get your education. And I use air quotes for that. Black women think that because they have a degree that they are a higher class of people, right? And listen, we all know that education doesn't equal intelligence. I know a lot of women with degrees who's as dumb as a fucking television set. Okay? Like, just because you have a piece of paper that says you're educated doesn't mean that you're intelligent. I think we all know that. You know, Tyrone working down at Jiffy Lube probably has more brains in his fucking pinky than, you know, a Shinkashay who works for XYZ conglomerate. He just knows more than she does. That's just all there is to it. Educated women are frauds. And anybody who doubts this, look at the postgraduate degrees, right? Most people in master's programs are men. Most pilots are men. I think it's like 94% of commercial pilots are men. 75% of dentists are men. 85% of engineers are men. 90% of engineering students are men. So getting that 4-year college degree, that's the easy part. And the reason why we know it's easy because most 4-year degrees are held by women, right? So this is just that's just how that is. Here's something else. When black women raise their daughters to be strong and independent, yeah, they raise them to be successful in the work world, but they raise them to be failures in relationships. And men don't want women who think they're strong and independent. Just because you're louder, just because you make a little bit more money doesn't make you strong and independent. That's just how that is. As far as men are concerned, them raising their boys, black women raise their sons as though they are defective girls. And I'll leave it at that.
Go ahead, Eliar. Some good points there. Strong points there.
Man, I don't know how I'm going to go after that.
Yeah.
But let's try it. Mm-hmm. Here's the thing. On one end, I'm going to go to the other side of raising.
Okay.
Sometimes they don't raise the boys at all. They leave them to fend for themselves. And this creates a man who doesn't necessarily look at women as somebody to care about or depend on or care for or quote unquote protect and provide for.
Say it again. That's a good point. Yeah, you're on something.
They don't raise certain boys and leave them to fend for themselves. So they grow into men who don't necessarily feel the need to protect and provide for women because they were not protected and provided for by the women in their family.
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time,
if women are so strong and independent, then why do they need men? And these boys grow up thinking this way. So why does Keisha want me to provide for her? Like, he was raised by a Keisha, and Keisha told him, women are strong and independent. We don't need men. I don't need your baby daddy, that no good ass nigga. We can take care of ourselves. All right, cool. Mm-mm. So Devontae's going to grow up thinking, all right, cool. Well, women don't really need us men, so we'll just fuck them and chuck them.
Yeah, let's go ahead, Eliar. I'm sorry.
Yeah, my bad.
No, it's all good. It's all good. And the other thing would be when you raise boys in this mindset, because like what Donovan was talking about, they think they're successes, but they're actually failures.
Uh-huh.
I think one of their definitions of success is to be in a position where they feel like they can be dominating or domineering over a guy.
Mm-hmm.
So I think one of their positions of success could be getting yourself in a position to date a homosexual so you can feel like you got power in the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying?
Did you say homosexual?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. We got to talk about that, yeah.
Homosexual, dude, they'll blow your back out. They will dig you down, bitches. Like, listen, a nigga fucking for a place to stay, bitch, he gonna dig you down. He's gonna eat the pussy, he's gonna eat the booty, he's eating it all.
I'm gonna talk about that later on tonight. Here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because they also like talking down to these guys.
Right, absolutely.
See, that's the group that you can, quote unquote, emasculate the worst, is the guy who has to depend on you. So sometimes they're trying to beat these guys down young so they can be beating down men who could get beat down by other women. It is not just, it's like a setup, and they think that's cool until these women need somebody and they got to be their own savior.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's my points on that. We get into some other stuff later.
Let me add to this. And Donovan makes a great point. You make a great point. But let me get back to Ram's point. What I think Ram is trying to say. Ram is not saying that black women don't prepare their daughters for failure with men in the future by their education. That's true, but that's not what he's saying. Rahm also is not saying or implying that these black men are going to be creating, you know, they don't take care of them at all. And then they become somebody that feel they need to fend for themselves. That's also true too. But again, to be fair, I don't think that's what Rahm is saying. I think what Rahm is getting at, and those points are true, and we'll get into those too, that overall, on average, black women, no matter how much they decide to, whatever they're doing is going to ruin the child or whatever, they are putting more effort into the black women becoming more independent. They're telling the black women, the black female children, you need to be more independent. You need to go to school. You need to go to college. They're spending more time trying to, whether they're helping them or not, they're putting more effort into the daughters, but then they're doing the son's homework. They're coddling the sons. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that might be true that they may be ruining them. And that might be true that the black men have to fend for themselves. That's true. But on average, what Rahm is saying is that on average, black women are spending more time developing their daughters than their sons. I mean, I'm thinking that's where we're starting right there. So what I want to know is, we'll get into other stuff a little bit later, but do you believe, from what you know in the black community, that more effort from black women, they're giving more effort to their daughters than to their sons, and they're pushing their daughters on more of a track that they feel is more successful, whether they're being good at it or not? It's not the question right now. But do you feel that the daughters are being pushed more into a level of, you need to go to college and be successful and be independent, and they're pushing the boys, or they're just kind of, coddling their sons? I think let's start from right there.
Yeah. I don't think, I think single mothers, I don't think single mothers put much of an effort in raising their daughters or their sons. Mm-hmm. And listen, man, like, I can use my own mother as an example. She kept telling me, Donovan, get your education, right? Like, that's all she did. All she did was bitch and moan about how I need to go to college. Okay. And so when we're having graduation, my high school's graduation was at Cameron Indoor Stadium, where Duke University plays basketball. Okay. And my mom was feeling some type of way when I didn't look up at her glowingly when they talk about the fact that women, or that our mothers, were integral in our high school success. I was the salutatorian of my high school class. The salutatorian is the guy or the person who finishes behind the valedictorian, a 4.25 GPA in high school. And my mom had nothing to fucking do with that, but she wanted all the credit in the world just because she was my fucking mom. Dude, fuck her, right? Like, I can literally say that. Like, just because you say, go to college, where the fuck were you during my freshman, sophomore, and junior years? Oh, that's right. You were up in Detroit fucking a crackhead. But then she felt some type of way about the fact that I didn't just look glowingly up at her when she swooped in at the last minute. This is what single mothers, this isn't even indicative of black women. This is indicative of single moms. So do single mothers take more time raising their daughters? I don't know. But I know that daughters of single moms become sluts, and boys of single moms either become criminal, they become homosexual, or they become mamby-pamby boys.
Okay, you're making some great points. Let me ask you this, Donovan. So you're on to something. Let's give you this. Let me give you another scenario then. Obviously, I don't know if you've been in this situation. Do you have a sister that lived in your house with you?
Oh, yeah. 2 sisters. Yeah.
Okay, let me ask you this. Do you think in a household where there are boys and there are daughters in a house, that the daughters get better treatment than the sons do in black households and black single mother households?
Wow, that's a good question. I think in my household, I think we all got treated equally. Okay. And I think part of the reason for that is because there were 5 of us, right? So my mother and father they couldn't really, favor us. I was an only child for a year and a half. I was born in August of 1977. My sister was born in 1979. So I was an only child for all of a year and a half. And then that was it. And so, but from what I can remember, we were all treated equally. I know that my
static. Maybe it's
that's Blog Talk. Let me kill that. Hang on.
That's the white man holding you back.
No, that's okay. That's a blog talk thing. I know that one of my sisters, the sister who's 2 years younger than I am, I know that she got treated. She was teacher's pet, right? Like she was the one who always did her chores, ate all her vegetables, et cetera, et cetera. But that was the extent of it. Other than that, I think we all got treated equally. I don't think my mom, maybe this is a bad example, but my mom treated all of us equally. She, when we were young, and being a mom was easy. Our mother was a great mother. But when we became teenagers and we actually started developing minds of our own, my mom was a terrible fucking mom. Terrible, terrible mom. And that was to all of us.
Okay, so
I love her. Listen, I love my mom. I love her to death, right? But she's a terrible fucking mom as soon as we became teenagers. That's a fact.
Okay, no, that's very honest. Okay, let's go to LAR. Okay, LAR, you want to weigh in on that part?
I have a theory.
Okay.
I think that single mothers do that.
Mm-hmm.
I think what normally happens is she sees her daughter, she vicariously lives through her daughter and doesn't want her daughter to be a single mother too. So she has set up her daughter to not, quote unquote, depend on a man because she made the mistakes and now it's the men's fault. So men are the enemy. You don't depend on them. I'm going to tell you what you need to do to never have to depend on a man so you'll never be like me. Now, they don't really know how to guide them because they really didn't do anything successful with their life. So a lot of times education is what they say, get an education, but they have no idea which type of education, which field, which direction, what's the guidance, what's the money that's being made, the student loans. They have no idea, none of that. Now, on the flip side, with the sons, they hate the fathers.
Right.
So it's graded on the curve. So I don't like your dad. So I love you enough to tell you I love you, but I hate you enough to sabotage your life and give you a hug. So I'm not going to actually do anything for you, or I'm going to do less for you because, when you hear the coddling, normally you hear this, either he's a grown man at 4 years old or he's her baby till he's 39. So it's either one or the other. So usually what winds up happening is you either want to get the kid grown so you could just toss him to the wolves, or you want to baby him so he'll never be able to compete in life. And because who doesn't have a issue, single mothers who don't have this issue are single mothers who get along with the fathers. Because then they don't hate their kids on the low. So I'm done.
Okay, let me do this real quick. I want to kind of talk about build on when
we have a woman who wants us to believe that she's a doctor, Dr. Ford.
No, I actually know her. She's actually a pharmacist, a real pharmacist.
Is a pharmacist a doctor?
Yes, it's a doctor of pharmacy. It's not like a medical doctor. Yeah, she's a real person. I know her personally. Yeah.
Okay. Hey, all right. Listen, man.
I gotta warn people because Donovan. Shout to Brendan Tatum. Brendan Tatum's in the chat. Shout to Carl's opinion. Let me just say this real quick. I want to talk about this from what I've seen. I grew up in and even though my parents had social advantages, my mom went to UC Davis. My dad went to UCLA. My dad was like one of the greatest crackheads of the 80s and early 90s. Because of my dad and his drug problem, my dad and mom stayed together and they kind of off and on. So I was able to, so my mom raised me, but I didn't have any sisters or anything like that. So, but I did have other men that stepped into my life. What I see is that when I went to Howard University, which is a really good way to see, if you go to a historically black college or university, you will know that you are outnumbered by women. Like it feels like 10 or 11 to 1. That's what it feels like. Any black college in America, you feel like it's 12 to 1, 12 to 1. But there's only 2 million less of us than black women there. Okay. Now, black women are coming from those same circumstances that we are in the same house or same, some of the same, tough environments. But black women are going to college more for whatever reason, whatever degrees it is. But here's what I'm thinking of. black mothers teach their daughters that you need to be independent and stuff like that. Black women teach their sons that you need to depend on me for this reason. Depend on me right now. And then once you get of age, you need to look out for mama. Why? Mama did everything for you.
Oh, nigga.
You see how hard mama worked for you when you were coming up as a kid? Mama's getting old now. Why don't you look out for mom? You owe your life to me. It's kind of like religion, right? You know, Jesus is the reason why you're breathing. Jesus is the reason. So you owe Jesus everything, you know? And that's the same thing that black mothers do to their sons. So I've taken care of you. Now you owe me. So then the first thing that young child, that young black child, that black male child thinks, I got to take care of my mom. Like, don't believe me? Look at Kevin Durant. Look at guys in the NBA title. Who do they always think? Man, I get the MVP.
I remember
my mother.
They're in the middle of the court. We did it. I'm like, no, your son did it. Now listen, all credit to Wanda Durant. Listen, she raised the kid on her own, right? Mm-hmm. Listen, all credit to you. You didn't give him up or anything like that. Unlike Gloria James, who had the quote unquote foresight to let a man finish raising LeBron. But Wanda Durant, and it's funny how these mothers try to take credit for their son's success. Yes, you were the mother and, you know, you did a job, right? Listen, Kevin Durant is a mamby-pamby sensitive bitch boy. It is obvious that he was raised by a single mother. Like, dude, this nigga's creating fake Twitter accounts, talking shit about LeBron. I like this dude. Dude, he's the best. He's the best NBA player I've ever seen with a female mindset. That being said, Wanda Durant did her job. Let this kid play ball. Being out at center court in Oakland talking about we did it, bitch, you didn't do shit. You raised your kid. He went out there and, you know, became the MVP of the NBA Finals. You're a mother. Like, take it like that. You deserve enough credit for that, but don't then try to continue to get credit for, like, you don't get residual credit. Like, you're not out there shooting 1,000 J's a day. Kevin Durant did that.
Okay, let me finish my point real quick.
Yeah,
so, yeah, I know. It's okay. I'm used to it. So let me just say this: it becomes this kind of investment, so I can get you later. The mom is not depending on the mom knows that the daughter, once she start getting fucked by some nigga, she's gone, and she's gonna go live her life like that. The person who's more likely to come and take care of that lady, in my opinion, is the son. So it's the less invested in baby him now. So even if he comes out and he goes and does very well, he's still dependent on me, right? A lot of guys won't even marry a woman that their mom doesn't like. I mean, trust me, that even happens to me sometimes, and psychologically myself. It's like, if I know that a woman, my mom approves of her, even though I understand with the red pills, I'm just kind of brainwashed to like, oh, okay, if my mom likes her, then that must mean she must be cool. This happens to black men. And so that's the way that black women have a plan for black men as they get older. They teach their daughters to be more independent so they can go off and leave the nest. But let's keep the black young man in the nest so he'll come back. He'll give to me. He'll do things for me later on. It's a hook and sinker. And they use this thing to keep them on the plantation. So I think that's the reason another reason I think that with Rom that wasn't brought out in the article, although I can honestly say I think that's what he insinuated. Go ahead, Eliar.
We're investments to become a beast of burden.
There it is.
Mm-hmm. And one of the weird things about it is, if you notice, it's a certain type of guy that can be invested in and guilted, and there's a certain type of guy that can't. Plus, there's a certain type of investment. Because one thing I did think about when I was in college, a lot of the girls had scholarships. A lot of them had paperwork that their family filled out for them to go this place and go that and apply for this and apply for that. When I was in college, a lot of if you didn't get a sports scholarship, you was probably it. That was it. Nothing else. And I remember a lot of guys having to learn as they go the system. And I remember the girls didn't have to do that. You know, I remember, you know, it was all laid out. Who had cars first? The girls. Who had apartments first? The girls. Who had extra bank accounts? The girls. Who had people investing in them and sending them money? The girls. Who had money for trips and this, that, and the third? The girls. The guys we were just making it. You get what I'm saying? And I learned that early that we're just a beast of burden. And then when people get mad when we move on, because you're not supposed to go against that matriarchal thinking.
Right.
So, and I never forgot the story. I don't know if I was on YouTube or I was listening to somebody talk about this, where this guy was in college in his dorm, and he was always talking about what his mother was doing for him, sending him money, sending him gifts, sending him this, that, and the third. But his roommates saw his letters and packages, right? They all had his father's name and address.
Wow.
So as he kept talking about what his mother kept doing for him, his roommates would laugh at him because they knew his mother didn't do jack for him, but he would give his mother the credit even when his father was doing stuff.
Right.
So we just beast the burden. I'm sorry. You got it.
No, let me just say one thing before I forget. I'll make a video on this. Black women feel, honestly, that when they have these young men, that the way that they raise them is the correct way. And a coddle a son is the worst thing to do, because eventually somebody's going to fuck him up. And that it typically happens either on the street, the police. And so what ends up happening is, and this happened even in my situation, once you coddle a young man so much, he becomes rebellious, and then the mama can't handle him. Then what you want to do? I'm going to go send you to live with your daddy. We all know this because this happened to a lot of niggas, right? A lot of times, though, what ends up happening, like in your Trayvon Martin situations and stuff like that, it's too late by that time. And so they coddle. And then when the boy is like, 15 or 16 or 17, it's too late. Well, then what do you end up? You end up with somebody like Tookie Williams. What's his name? Tookie Williams? What was his name?
Yeah,
Tookie Williams. Yeah.
Tookie Williams was his mama couldn't do that with him. Sent him to Oakland to live with his daddy. This nigga damn near 230 pounds by that time. What you gonna do with this big nigga? It's too late. He's already coddled. He's already getting away with enough. He's already doing all that shit. And then by that time, you want to send him to the daddy. No, he should have been with his daddy from the jump. He wouldn't end up being that fucked up. And by the way, I just wanted to say that single black fathers are way better than single black mothers being parents.
Let me just say one quick thing about that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Part of the coddling is built-in hate for dad.
Yep.
I'm gonna teach you how to hate your dad, and I'm gonna say I'm saving you from your dad. And if you fuck up, in my opinion, I'm gonna send you to your dad because he's a murderous, treacherous son of a bitch. He's the Hitler of parents, and that's what dad is a punishment, even if he's right or wrong. And this is what these kids go. But can you do that with the girls? Not necessarily, because girls like boys. See, most guys don't like boys. So that's where this young animosity between young men comes from. Everybody hates dad. So since I hate dad, you a guy, I low-key hate you too. And now I'm getting in trouble because I'm banging heads with other young guys. And now mama got to coddle me because she know it ain't necessarily my fault. She taught me to hate my dad, which in turn taught me to hate other boys my age, and it taught me to hate guys who are in authority figures. And now I'm getting my head smashed in because I'm acting like a little bitch.
Yeah.
Here's something else that especially black men, and area code 702, I see you on the line. I'm going to get to you in a second.
Okay.
If you guys want to give the show a call, 646-668-2519.
Okay.
A lot of men reject the red pill because they can't accept the fact that red pill truth applies to those that they are related to by blood. My sister like that. My mama's not like that. My auntie's not like that. My grandmama's not like that. Right? They take offense to this. You're talking about my mom? Listen, I love my mom, but guess what? My mom was a slut, y'all. What? That's all there is to it, man. I mean, listen, man. Oh my God, I can't believe Donovan is talking this way about his mother. Listen, man, if she wasn't a slut, I wouldn't have anything to talk about. Love my mom. I respect her, kinda, but the facts are the facts. All three women in my immediate family, all three women, my mom and my two sisters, have all had multiple abortions. Doesn't mean I don't still love them, right? Love my mom, love my sisters, but guess what? All women are like that, even the ones who are related to us. Guys, that's a tough pill to swallow, man.
It is.
I'm here to tell you, I can sit here and talk about it like it's as clear as day. Guys, I've been red pill aware for over a decade. That's why it's easy for me to talk about. But facts are facts. That's the first thing. But let me tell you something else here about female manipulation and how and what it has to do with women and their sons. Mm-hmm. Women making their sons feel like they're entitled. Women making their sons feel like they are that they owe them something. Mm-hmm. When a woman is a good woman to a man, okay, she knows that she is entitled to good treatment from him, right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. She's a good woman. She doesn't disrespect him. She's loyal to him. She doesn't talk out of turn. She stays in pocket. She feeds him, fucks him, shuts the fuck up. That's what she does. But when a woman knows that she isn't quite the woman she needs to be, quite the woman that he wants her to be, mm-hmm. This is when females manipulate men to do things for them. So for example, when the iPhone 13 comes out, the good woman knows that she's probably going to get it anyway, right? Because she's a good woman. She doesn't have to play the girlfriend card. She doesn't have to resort to female manipulation like, hey, baby, I'll suck your dick if you buy me the iPhone. Hey, if you buy me the iPhone and take me to the beach with you, there's anal in it for you, right? When you're not a good woman, all of a sudden when you want something, that's when you start to dress a little more provocatively. You start to give up a little more sex. As soon as they get what they want, they go right back to being bitchy. Legs snap shut. But women who are genuinely good women, they don't have to resort to manipulation tactics because they are entitled. They are entitled to good treatment from their men because they're good women. Mm-hmm. Here's how this relates to mothers. Mm-hmm. Mothers who play the mom card, mothers who say, you should take care of me because I'm your mother. Mothers who try to manipulate their sons into thinking that they are owed something for being their mother, they know they were fucked up moms. You might be my mother, but you were not a very good mom. I am biologically related to you, but there were times you weren't really that good a mom. Okay? If you're a good mom to your son, when your son makes it to the NBA, trust me, he's going to buy you a house. He's going to buy you that Jag or that Mercedes or that Lamborghini, whatever the fuck it is. You don't have to tell him, hey, I hate to play the mom card here, but I did kind of give birth to you 21 years ago, so you're going to look out for your girl. You don't have to do that. If she's a good mother, she knows that she's got it coming to her. If you're a good mom, you know your boy is going to take care of you. That's how that works. So you ladies out there who want to resort to sexual favors, oh, I want the new Samsung Galaxy S26. I better suck his dick tonight. You're not a good woman. You are a fucked up woman. If you have to resort to those manipulation tactics, you know you ain't shit. Same with you single moms out there. When you have to play the mom card, you know you're not a good mom. Anytime you have to say, I'm your mother, or I'm your mother, so you owe this to me, not a good mom.
Oh, let's set it
Bro,
up.
You just killed it. That was the best rant of the whole season right there. Yeah. We can end the show right now off of that.
I can see him.
Let's set it off.
It was really good. I was really good. I like
that. It's two things that most people do. I was going to talk about this on a video, but forget it. I'm going to still do it.
Okay.
Two things that they do. One, if you're a bad parent, your bad parent is washed in the blood of Jesus. You get real religious and get old and forgetful. That's what most bad parents do. That's what they do. They go to church and I never did that. Lord have mercy, not me. No, hallelujah. I'm washed in the blood of Jesus. And me putting you on a barbecue pit at 3, that wasn't me. That was and the second thing,
right?
The second thing, it comes off a little bit sweeter.
Mm-hmm.
The second thing is they try to be a better grandparent than they were a parent. They want to use your child as the actual makeup baby because they fucked up with you.
That is so fucking true.
There it is.
So when you're looking at them kids, oh, I got it. I love this baby. I bet you do. I bet you do. You can't say nothing to my baby. This ain't your baby. This is not your baby. And we're not raising a baby like you. And if you can't, and if you shut that down, they will undermine your parenting.
Can I talk about that makeup baby part, bro? That is so true, because let me say this. I told you my dad, and it's funny, people from my YouTube channel have met my dad and like, yo, I met your dad today. I'm like, how did you do that? So my dad, when he was young, he had a lot of anger in his life and shit. Not necessarily towards me or anything, but he didn't want me to end up like him. So he fucked me up really good, like a lot. And he was real tough on me, and I actually really thank him for that. But when he and my mom divorced, he felt like he gave up on this family, even though my mom kind of pushed him out. She had really good reason to. So on his I have a younger brother from another woman. He totally treated that child, I wouldn't say better, but a lot different. He was not as physical with that child. He was trying to make up for what he felt he missed out on with me. And that is true. The makeup baby shit, that is even true not only with grandparents, but if they have kids later on in life by somebody else. My brother did the same thing. My brother wasn't there for his older daughter, but his younger kids now, oh man, he's the best dad in the world. So this is true, not that he didn't want to be there, but obviously he tried to make it up with her, had her move in and stuff. But what you said is a 200% true, not only with grandparents, but parents that have other kids.
Yeah, I see a lot of people in the chat saying, oh, no wonder Donovan dates white women and non-black women. Yeah, listen, I'm not going to sit here and say that doesn't have anything to do with it. And I say it all the time on the show. I'm not some sort of psychological anomaly. See, I'm not like a woman who, when it's so plainly obvious as to why you act the way you act or do what you do, I'm not going to say, well, that's not why I did. No. My mom and her fucked up. Yeah, her fucked up fucker. Yeah, that has a lot to do with the reason I date white women. But don't get it twisted. Like a lot of you black women out there think, oh, Donovan dates white girls because black women rejected him. Dude, listen, even for a guy like me, before red pill knowledge, dude, fucking y'all was like taking candy from a baby. This funny talking nigga who ain't shit, doesn't even act like he's from the streets, I was still banging y'all. Like, dude, black pussy was easy pussy. I just decided I didn't want y'all no more. And y'all are mad. And if I were y'all, I'd be mad too. All right, let's go to the phone lines. Area code 702. I saw that you were holding. Please call back in. I'll put you out. There he is. Let's go to area code 702. I saw you on the line, 702, but I saw that you dropped off. Yeah, what's up? What's going on? You're on live with the Brother Pill. Go ahead.
Oh, okay, my bad.
No, you're all right.
True story. I was playing with my little monkey bars in my doorway, and I kept pressing the end call.
No, you got it. That's cool. Right, that's cool. I got you.
So, guys, by the time you get onto the line, the reality is you've explained every detail, but I want to touch on a point just because I didn't hear it, but it ties into the entire conversation. What I find interesting, obviously I have a black mother. What I find interesting about the conversation that people aren't realizing is this is a psychological epidemic in my experience. And I say this because I've called in the past. My background is my mom was an officer in the Navy. She's retired. She now works for the DOD. My father did the same thing, officer in the Navy. He retired. He works for the DOD also now. The point I'm trying to make is, being an upper middle class family, I've always grown up with a nice house. We were never hungry. The visual there's no way you could see that inside. Everything you're talking about, I experienced.
Right.
I watched my mom go through that phase where there was, and it's about to get to some painful shit, but I would see men walk in out of the house and you could smell the alcohol. I knew that when my mom was drunk, this is when you ask her for money because she's going to break you off now. I saw other men that weren't my father, and I didn't realize that I should have reacted to this because I was conditioned. There is a level of narcissism within this idea that holds no bounds. Guys, I say this because I was hostage my entire life by this. I was beat. I was told, what my mom taught me?
What's that?
The world was out to get me, that I look like my dad, so that's why it's my fault. And she told me, for some reason, I incurred a debt for being born in 1989. I incurred a debt for existing. And it took me, I'm 29 years old today, it only took me within a red pill and about a year and a half ago to realize that it was crazy. And I literally have family members that are hostage in it still. And the feeling of needing to get them out of it long enough so that they can see Mom, we love Mom. My mom is a successful woman, and financially, she provided the life that I could not have imagined for the color of my skin, but I'd rather have been poor and loved. And it took my wife to understand what that was. I didn't know that it was okay for somebody to be like, hey, here's a sandwich. And I'm like, hey, what the fuck you want, though? And she's like, nothing. I made you a sandwich. You're my mate. The concept is crazy to me. All right. So I don't want to go on a rant because, again, we're already speaking the concept. But the point I want to point out is psychological concept. It doesn't matter if you're a mansion or in the hood. I'm the horse's mouth. She beat me mercilessly. Like, dude, I did not deserve. I had to go through. Here's the other part of it. Through my whole childhood, as I'm acting out because I'm being abused and being told to tell my teacher the cat scratched me or I fell down the stairs. I'm not lying. True story, right? So as I'm telling these teachers, I'm being put through therapy to the point that I can unpack my life in a healthy manner today. But I went through therapy guys, it was like 9 to 12 years worth of therapy. And by the time I moved out, you become an adult, find a family, whatever, I had to look and realize that I was unhealthy. And every time I even threw a line to reconnect with her, the toxicity that she could send just via a text message knows no bounds. So if I've said anything in this, we should create a solution, but I don't want to ignore it and say, my mom, successful person who served this country, was a drunken slut and she beat me. And the only reprieve I got was disconnecting from it. There was no.
Oh, I thought he was done. Yeah. Thanks for the call. Area code 702. Yeah. That guy should have his own show, man. Like, he is the only dude that I know who is more long-winded than I am. That guy.
Oh, Edward Anderson and Alan Roger Curry.
Listen, no hate, but like I kept waiting for a break, but he is just one. Like, I'm waiting for him to take a breath, but it's almost like he does the circular breathing, so he can never listen. No shade, 702. I appreciate the call, but goddamn, a lot of black women in here sneak dissing, right? Got bitches in here. You're not that good looking anyway. Now, listen, if y'all are in here, listen. I'm not gonna set it off, man. Don't worry about it. If you guys are in here talking to me and throwing shade at me, like, you guys are telling on yourselves. Like, any woman who says, we don't want you anyway, Donovan, then why did you have to say that? And why are you watching the show? And by the way, if you want to give me a piece of your mind, 646-668-2519. Dr. whatever the fuck her name was, Dr. Ford was in here being all passive aggressive. And, dude, I don't do passive aggressive nonsense. I'm not an idiot. I'm not stupid. Neither are you. If you have something to say, give me a call. Like that's just all there is to it. And they are, of course, listen, y'all are mad. And the reason I know you guys are mad is because you guys keep telling me that you're not mad. Let's go back to the phone lines.
Can I? Let's go to the phone lines, and after that, I'm going to shout out the super chats, guys. Thank you so much for the support. Go ahead, Donovan.
Okay. Yep. Area code 773. You're on live with the Brother Pill. Go ahead.
What's up? This is Mike from the show. What's going on, y'all?
What's up, Mike? What's up, dog?
What's going on? Man, which I said earlier, I'm going through that with my family right now. All the women in both sides of my family, especially my father, all the women were pushed to get college degrees and masters. But here's the number one reason why they do that. They don't want to take no orders from no man. They don't want to be submissive. While the guys, we're left to fend for ourselves. Yeah, all the women especially on my father's side, they were pushed to have college degrees just because they don't want to be submissive to their men. Because you ever heard women say, I ain't got to do this. I have a degree. I got a bachelor's. I got a master's degree. I don't have to do this. And that's what's the number one thing they pushed the daughters to go to college for. But all of them all said the same thing. Most of them are baby mamas. Even though they got a degree, they're baby mamas.
I got to ask Mike a question.
Go ahead.
Yes, what's up?
So are those mothers out there still sending their kids off to the streets and the gang to make money, to give them money, and going shopping with the girls? Are they still doing that?
I'm gonna say it like this. One of my cousins, she's not being a good mother to her son. It's kind of like there is no male role model, so he's already, how we say, he's a fag and trainer. He's switching, rolling his eyes. You know what I'm saying? He's doing it now. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? No male role model, and man, it's crazy. So basically, you got that feminine energy going on with that. I mean, it's kind of like they all got the thing bashing men. You know what I'm saying? But on the men's side, it's not too many of male men in here. We fend for ourselves.
I get it.
Well, thanks for the call there, Big Mike.
Okay, yeah. Let me go ahead and shout out some of the super chats real quick before I forget. And let me do this. And guys, thanks for all the support. Do me a favor and get the likes up on the video. Also, do me a favor right now while we're shouting at the super chats. Comment what city and state you're from, calling in, listening right now. We know we have people from all across the United States and the world. Comment right now where you're from. We want to just see where people are listening in from right now. We appreciate you. Let me just go in order of the super chats. Dwayne2827, thank you, $10. Charles White, $10. Street Genius, thank you so much, brother. This needs to be heard. Charles White again, another $20. Devon the God, Devon the _ God, L.O. Donovan. I have to get that Make Women Great Again hat. Thank you so much. Kelvin Whaley. Black moms will use the Bible against their sons to be lazy in the future. # raising simps. Thank you again, brother. Flossin RPB research has consistently shown that children raised by just their fathers go on to be far more successful than those raised by their single mothers. Thank you to brother Wake the Hell Up 7. Most of them select men who kowtow to their bad behavior and now whine where the good men that guys don't validate their bad behavior. Pimp mode 101. Thank you. Minutes before midnight. LAR. Dad is a punishment. Preach, bro. Andre Thomas lived with a single black dad. Raised me better than a single black man ever could. Thank you so much, brother. Built Model Car Magazine. A lot of women raise their son to be future husband minus the sex so he can provide and take care of her. It's her last shot of not dying alone. James Miller, she wants her son to be her side nigga. Mr. Idmore 47, hey again, brother James. Mom's job was to find her own husband. She didn't do that. Now she wants to be the beta blue pill son husband that she raises a backup to step in to perform husband duties. Dean Diggs, thank you, brother. 489 super chat. Carl's opinion. Hey, Mr. Jackson, good evening, gentlemen. Thank you so much, brother Carl. Brandon Tatum with all of those subscribers. $10. Omotifu Mpaji. Why do we let our women to be single mothers in the first place? So to be fair to Omotifu, he's actually from Uganda. I did a show with him the other day. So he's not necessarily, he's just learning about African-American culture. So he has a different mindset towards, he's trying to get, used to what, our topics and stuff like that. So shout out to him. Minutes before midnight. Sometimes the mother treats the boys bad because they resemble their father, and the mother points the hated the father to the son. Marcus Love. Good show topic. He also super chats. The late Dr. Francis Corse Wilson wrote this book in the ISIS papers. African-American women feel they're protecting their sons by babying them. Thank you so much, brother, for both super chats. Dark Gable, keep it up. Now off to work. Thank you so much, Dark Gable. The lucky lefty. What does it mean when a black woman says man up? Black Mullet, 40, $5. Mr. Grandeur, $2. Ross Oxtafari, 199. Thank you so much for all your support. Let's go back to the call. Unless you have something to say real quick, LAR. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, okay, I'll make it quick.
Yeah.
If you notice, this is part of the rhetoric when the women come at the men, trying to tell us what a man is, what a real man is, what a black man is. You have a black mother. This is because they were raised to feel like they were superior to us.
Mm-hmm. Because
there's no way in the world you're gonna tell a woman's gonna tell a man how to be a man. Mm-hmm. And by proxy, using a mother as a dog whistle word to like get in line. What would your mother say? Yes, ma'am, I'm gonna be a man for you now because my mother said. That shit ain't gonna work. But that's the problem. Go ahead, Donovan. You got it.
Yeah, Truth Love says dating a white girl didn't help him dodge the bullet of dating a slut. Yeah, Truth Loves, if you want to have my kids, you should just say so. Like, it's okay. Like, it's fine. Like, your secret, all of us. But I'm renting space in your mind for free. It is. Oh, look at that. Unfortunately, it wasn't a cure. Get therapy. Yeah. Call me. She wants to be. Listen, I know she don't time her out. Don't time her out. Women always reveal their true selves. You know what? Truth Loves might be. No, don't time her out. Don't delete the message. Truth Loves might be Jackie in Louisiana. I would love for her to call back in again. Let's go back to the phone lines. Area code 442 looks like a foreign number. You're on live with the Brother Pill. Go ahead.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Great.
Yeah.
I'd like to say something. It appears that you have a great disdain for black women, right? Now, you said that you started dating white woman at 16. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. So at what point have you dated black women in your adult life? I don't mean like as a kid, like 15 years old, 12 years old. I mean as an adult.
Yeah, the last time I dated a black woman, I was 24.
24. Okay. And why did you break up?
Say again?
Why did you break up?
Because I cheated on her with a white girl.
Like, I beg your pardon?
Because I cheated on her with a white girl. I fucked a white girl while I was in a relationship with her.
I mean, I think that it's one thing to say, okay, there are problems in the community with the way that people interact with each other, which you dislike. I can understand that, but the rhetoric sometimes sounds as if there's a lot of vitriol.
Oh, wait. No. I gotta ask a serious question.
Okay, go ahead. Because these are owners. Go ahead.
Oh, touchdown, Kansas City.
No. What does what you saying have to do with the topic?
It's important because
No. Okay, what does it have to do with the topic?
All right, the way that you look.
He's a friend of Jackie from Louisiana. He's calling.
Wait. Let this guy say what he's gonna say real quick before you guys kill him. I want you to kill him, but I want to hear it. Go ahead, guy. Go ahead. Let's see what he has to say.
But it has something to do with the topic because if you're talking about a particular group of people, your interactions with that group colors everything that you think about that group, even subconsciously. So if you say that, like, you know, people from this particular town are disrespectful, but like, you know, yet you've always had a contentious interaction with them, then it colors your view of the way that they are. They may not actually like, you know, express themselves in the way that you think. You may just have a bad relationship with them. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
He's a respectful. Where are you from, brother? Where are you from originally?
Planet Earth. How about that?
No. It's not to be rude or anything, but it's just you know where you from. That's all.
Where's my accent from?
Yeah, that's what. Where?
No, you tell us. We're asking you. We don't know.
Yeah, we're not. It's not to be rude, bro. I'm just asking you. You know, it's not to be disrespectful or anything.
I can tell you off air. But I don't want to like.
All right.
Okay, no, it's fine. It's fine. Okay, all right. I mean, what's your take on it, LAR? I mean, what do you think?
I think it ain't got nothing to do with the topic.
I think so also, but for the sake of fuckery, you know.
Listen, I think it doesn't have anything to do with the topic either. I think this guy. Okay, I think this guy is just. I think what he wants to do is he wants to try, like every female caller does. Mm-hmm. Just you're trying to make me uncomfortable. You're trying to catch me off guard.
No. Like I like the conversation. I like the fact that you've been able to express yourself in a calm, you know, logical
so what's the point?
Fashion. Like
I don't understand the point.
No. The point is that like you lose the you know, moral authority to talk about a group of people.
Right. Okay. No. Okay. No.
Let me get this one.
Let me address this. Let me address this. Number one, we're not like this is we're not on any sort of moral authority here. Like we're not trying to be like the most moral out here. The brother pill, the red pill, throw morals out the window. I'm not trying to be the good guy. I'm not trying to preach from my moral cathedral from on high. So if you're under the impression that I can only speak for myself, but if you think that I'm operating from a moralistic standpoint, then you have me completely wrong. I couldn't give less of a fuck about morality. So go ahead, LAR.
So you call, but you're not sticking to the topic. You won't say where you're from. You actually was a jerk in responding when people was asking, but you're talking about morality. Like okay, I understand you have an issue with us talking about bad
black women,
black mothering. That's what this is about.
No, I don't, because like, you know, no. I have, you know, I have no issue with if anybody wants to talk about like pertinent issues in the community.
But they're not pertinent issues if you don't say so.
I beg your pardon?
So it's not so you say it's not a pertinent issue because you didn't call about the issue. You called about what?
I think Donovan understands what I'm saying, which is that.
But the show ain't about how you feel about Donovan, though, right?
No. Like no. He understands my point, which is that if you have a contentious relationship with black women, that will color your view in the way that you talk about topics in regards to them. This
is where I disagree. I think when you interact with black women, okay, then you have a contentious. See, here's what here. This is a chicken and egg argument. Mm-hmm. You think, because you know nothing about me, right? Like, you think that I was raised to hate black women. No, I was raised on military bases. Number one. Number two, my view of black women started at home, right? And a lot of people say, oh, he's got mommy issues. Listen, call it whatever you want. My mother colored my view of black women, but that didn't stop me from trying to interact with them. I have fucked scores of black women. I've had many, many interactions and many relationships with black women. But here's what happened. The more, hold on, don't interrupt me. The more I increased my value, the less I wanted to date black women. The less I really wanted anything to do with them. I didn't just wake up one day and say, oh, you know what? I'm just going to not date black women anymore. No, it was just the natural progression in my overall game. The higher quality of women that I was able to get, the less visible black women became. And at some point I was like, you know what? I haven't fucked a black chick in like a decade. Big deal.
So now it's time to get you real quick. Now it's time to get you real quick. Let me get this right. See, what you're doing is you're basically saying American black men can't say anything about anybody unless people like you say so.
He's trying to make me mad. He's got LAR all
No. Yes. You don't have to say it. You don't have to say it. Because guess what? To have a contentious relationship with somebody, you have to have contentious experiences with somebody. So what you're disqualifying people's experiences because you feel like it hurts their feelings, and you don't sound like you American black person anyways. So your vantage point is probably skewed anyway. So you're going to tell us about our community as if you know what the fuck you talking about, and you don't. You didn't even call addressing the topic. You were called addressing Donovan.
You have a good point. What did you say?
I know I got a good goddamn point. You the one calling with the bullshit. Make a point that's for the topic.
Hey.
He was playing a rounders technique where I don't know what he was talking about. Like, it was ridiculous.
Well, I mean, let me also say this. It's called an ad hominem. And
that's it. Boom.
The ad hominem is, and what he's saying is, okay, you seem to have an issue with black women. Which is clear. I mean, I don't even know. You said that previously, but then he makes the fatal mistake that, because you are you have a contention with black women, then you're not allowed to have credibility to speak on the topic.
Yes,
that is ad hominem. It completely means against the person. It doesn't matter if he says it in the right way or anything like that. If your argument, Donovan, is I have an issue with black women because of my situation with my mother, his response should have been, to keep it on the argument, is, okay, well then what has your relationship been with every black woman? Or do you, I mean, something like that. But he went exactly for you. That wasn't your position. So again, you guys cannot call in with these faulty ass like ad hominem attacks or whatever. Again, like he said, try to stay on the point. The point is, do black women create the men that they complain about? Donovan's argument was in response to this, using himself as a situation from his own life as experience. Okay? Doesn't matter, because your experience may not be the same. Hey, my experience wasn't the same as Donovan's, but who am I to tell him about his experience? So I can't say, because my experience is different than yours, then you are not credible to talk about it because you have this hatred for black women. Even if he does, it doesn't matter. That's not the point. That's not the argument.
I got a comment in the chat here. Sierra Lee says white men have better qualities as well. Yeah, listen, whether or not, you'll never know.
Yeah, I mean,
I love when black women come on here. Listen, if you can date white guys, by all means, I don't give a damn. But
and you're just off the. Listen, guys, stay on the topic. Okay, it's good for the fuckery, it's good for the entertainment. But listen, we have people. Let me just say this real quick. Tony Maceo is here in the chat, and I was talking to Donovan and LAR about it last night. Tony Maceo wrote an article about Roland Martin. Okay, Roland Martin emails Tony Maceo about the article that he wrote. Okay, so there's people all across Black America that listen to this show, that read the NegroManosphere.com. D.L. Hughley reads it. Tony Maceo, Roland Martin reads it. So listen, guys, there's people that actually get stuff out of this show. A guy called me today. I won't call his name. He was on the verge of committing suicide. He said, bro, but because I've been listening to your content, listening to Brother Pill, my life is still together, man. Thank you for what you do. So while you might not get nothing out of it, understand that a lot of Black men do get something out of this, okay? So don't fuck it up for them, all right? If you don't want to call in and you want to fuck the show up, that's you. But there are a lot of brothers out here who get a lot of shit out of this show, and they look forward to these fucking shows. So don't fuck it up.
Damn.
All right, go ahead.
Can I make a 13?
And I don't have an issue with Black women because I just don't fuck with y'all anymore.
I mean, that's just what it is. So listen, if you want to, don't fuck it up for the brothers who actually get something out of this goddamn show. Okay, there's a lot of brothers whose lives have been changed by this goddamn show.
Come and troll me on my channel. Like I have my own show. Come and troll me on that show.
Go ahead, LAR.
It's even bigger than that to a degree. Let's be honest. A lot of y'all making these ad hominem attacks because you know what the fuck we saying is true, right, and you don't want to deal with it.
Right.
And guess what? You're going to be the same people a year, 2 years, 5 years from now want to message people and call people and say, I'm sorry. Just shut the fuck up. Because when these same issues we talking about affect your life, you ain't trolling nobody then. Now you all enraged. You want to be Wolverine and go berserk. Because they told me that. Well, no shit. You knew this though.
LAR, you gonna fuck around, man? You gonna fuck around and make Jackie call in here and tell me I gotta have the sloppy seconds, man? Don't try. Listen, no. I'm Jackie's main nigga. You sloppy seconds.
You know what? Let me get to my side nigga position. Let me.
This is great. All right. Phone lines blown up. Area code 973-772-423 and 651 in that order. Let's go to area code 973. Are on live with the Brother Pill. Go ahead.
Hi.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Oh, hi. My name is Dana. So I was in a chat room and somebody was really sensitive and put me on a timeout. So I figured, okay, I'll call in. So I wanted to comment on your topic, which is basically you're saying Black women create the men they complain about. And I agree. But listening to the show, and by the way, I do like this platform, it seemed like y'all were focusing more on your mothers and not, like, do women in general create the men they complain about? Yes. But why is it that when you're talking about it, you're focusing on, like, your mothers or women in your family?
Yeah, this is mother. Yeah, hold on real quick. You said mothers. I think I'm the only one that talked about my own mother. So yeah, I talked about my mom. And so you asked the question, do Black women create the men they complain about? So why then is it irrelevant to talk about my mother? Because again, we're talking about the mothers. Like, who else is creating these Black men that women complain about? This is the mothers. This is why I brought up my mother.
Yeah.
Well, no, not just you. I think everyone like referenced their mom. So I think as a woman, when I see that question, you know, because I have friends and I include myself. So when we're dating men, when we're dating guys, and we're complaining about them, and I look at it, you know, looking back at my past relationships, I'm looking like, well, damn, you know, I allow certain things to go on in a relationship. So I'm complaining about something I allow, which is the reason why he continues to act this way. So
I think you're out thinking the room, sweetheart. I think you're out thinking.
No. Let
me
ask you one question.
Is she Dana from the Star in the Morning Show?
Oh yeah, I know you knew me. Yeah,
I did. And somebody says they know Star in the Morning is a huge YouTube channel here. Okay, welcome to the show.
Dana. Go ahead. Here's the thing. You know it exists, but it's wrong to make it personal. So it's like, you know it exists, but you don't necessarily want it to be you, like you or your friends or something like that.
No. I'm not saying that what you're saying doesn't exist. Like, we all have issues with our parents that affect us when we become adults. I just look at it however our parents behaved or raised us, whether they were good parents or bad parents, right? When you become an adult, you have to make your own decisions and leave that in the past.
Oh, here, no, see now, no, hold on, Dana, no, hold on, Dana.
Wait, no. Just let her finish real quick. Just you can respond. Go. What are you saying again, Dana?
Go ahead, Dana.
I'm just saying, whether your parents are good or bad, when you become an adult, you have to leave that in the past and make your own decisions and live your own life. You can't judge, or you can't blame mommy and daddy when you become an adult.
Hold on. Here's the issue, especially in the Black community with that one. You could blame daddy forever though. See, you could be a woman and have daddy issues until perpetuity, but for an eternity. But mommy issues gotta stop at a certain point, right?
I agree with what she's saying. I'll tell you why. I agree with what she's saying.
I get it.
But I think I know why Donovan and other people. I get. But go ahead. Finish what you're saying, and then I'll let Donovan respond because I want to be clear what she's talking about. Go ahead.
Because I'm not saying that what you're saying is right. I'm not saying that women are the only ones who complain about having daddy issues. Men and women have mommy and daddy issues. And women do use that as an excuse, sometimes unconsciously, without being aware that their behavior is maybe because of daddy issues. However, I just think when you become an adult, bad behavior has nothing to do with your parents.
That's exactly right.
You are behaving badly.
Okay, that's exactly okay. All right, you're going on too long. Here's the thing. You're 100% right, Dana. But what you're doing is you're bringing bad behavior in with your my views on Black women. Never once. And listen, I've made a lot of mistakes in my life, and God knows I've been in some fucked up situation. I've never blamed my mother or my father. I've never said, well, I made these mistakes because I had a bad mommy and daddy. Nope. All of the decisions that I've made in my life, for better, for worse, is because of me and me alone. That is a separate issue. The way I feel and view Black women has a lot to do with my mother. That has nothing to do with my choices. So when you say things like blame mommy and daddy for my behavior, no. Those are two separate issues. My behavior and my views on women and Black women as a whole, those are mutually exclusive for one another. Here's another thing. We had a caller, just like Dana, who said, all right, so what if you had fucked up parents, right? At some point, you have to just pick up your bootstraps and figure it out, right? And she's absolutely right with regards to behavior. At some point, you got to be a man, you got to be a woman, and you have to take responsibility for your actions. But in terms of the way you view the world, your parents are integral in shaping that. That's how that works. I'm on the air. That's how that works. Okay. So in terms of the decisions that you make as far as behavior is concerned, you absolutely positively, you can't blame mommy and daddy. Dude, I'm 41 years old, man. I stopped blaming my parents when I was 15 years old. But my views on women and Black women as a whole, those were shaped in large part by my own mother. And then after I got out of the house, I dated multiple Black women, and that was all she wrote. That's how it goes.
Let me comment.
Oh, my bad. I put her on.
Let's go to the next one. But let's do this. Thank you for calling, Dana. Here's something, but no, you can.
To that.
No.
Yeah. I mean, you have to go in a minute, so we have like 10 minutes to go. We have other callers. Let me do this real quick. Here's the thing. Dana is right, and I know why Donovan cut her off. I know LAR movement cut her off. But here's the thing. What Dana doesn't understand, she's right, but I think what you're dealing with is well, why is she saying this? What is she saying behind it? See, I think what Donovan is doing and the LAR, all the other brothers, we're looking behind that curtain. And behind that curtain, it is, okay, hey, Black men, we know what happened to you is okay, but you need to get over it because you need to do whatever in life. But the thing about it is that they won't ever say that same thing that you Black women need to get it. We know that that's what's implied. Although we can't say that we have to deal with what she's saying, I think the implication is that we know that that's not going to be even, because that's another way of saying, hey, okay, yeah, you've had some things going on with you, but hey, you can't use that later on in life. That is true. But we know that whenever black women have issues, they never say that. They never say, these things happen to me, I need to get over it. No, what do black women do? Me Too movement. What do black women do? Everything else movement. What do black women do? Feminism, everything else movement. What do black women do? Everything that they can, right? See, the way that they take their message and not implement it is hypocrisy. And that is the problem, I think, that a lot of black men have an issue with, because, again, they don't practice what they preach. You'll tell us one thing, but your actions and how you go about it in your social media and pointing the finger, see, that's the problem. They don't want to follow their own advice. So this is why Donovan is so quick to cut her off. This is why LAR is so quick to cut her off, because we know what you're saying. We got to deal with that. But we know that there is a different implication.
No,
go ahead.
you're
Go to the next caller, Donovan. She's cool because we have a few minutes. Thanks for calling in. Let's go to the next person.
Nope. I just wanted to hear that dial tone. Yeah, thanks for calling in, Dr. Dana. Area code 772. You're on live with the Brother Pill. Go ahead.
Hello. This is Tony. I was calling because I love your show, but mainly I was calling because I wanted to say there's a yin and yang to everything, masculine and feminine. And I think to have a functional household, you have to have a man in there. It would have to require them to submit. It would have to require like solutions. So when you have like dysfunctional things, I think females like move off emotion, mainly jealousy and boredom. So when you react off emotion, your decisions are not really correct that much. And so yeah. And when the white woman thing, the snow bunny thing, I think at times they show more support. I don't think it's about support. So it's like, I don't know.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna let you think about it. Let's go to the next caller. Man, you gotta be quick.
Oh my God, bro!
Real quick before we go to this caller again. Again, what Dr. Dana Jesus fucking Christ, what Dana was trying to do, it was funny how she tried to manipulate the panel, and this is something I have to work on. I have such a nose to sniff out, like I can see bullshit from 6 degrees. When a person starts talking about something, I can connect the dots just like that, and my mind works very quickly. Touchdown Chiefs again. And my mind works very quickly, and I wanna head them off at the pass. What Dana was trying to do is she was trying to equate your choices as an adult to your views on black women. So what she was literally trying to say is that because you don't date black women, because you have a specific view of black women, that is somehow a bad choice. And she said it herself. You can't blame mommy and daddy for your bad decision. So what she is trying to say, and it was funny because women, you know, they try to sound educated and they try to sound like they're not hood, but they really are all the same. You can dress it up with whatever accent, you can try to be feminine. But again, all she was trying to say is that black men who don't date black women are inherently flawed. And that is somehow some sort of defect. Because that's the way she characterized it. She says, you can't blame mommy and daddy. Listen, I'm not blaming mommy and daddy, but guess what? That has nothing to do with the reason why I don't date black women anymore.
But right. Here's the thing, though. Here's a dangerous part of that. We only can use what she's saying. You know what I mean? And then that's the dangerous. That's the way they can kind of get, because in a debate, we only can use what she's saying, and and she worded it in a way that
walk right into it, dude. It was easy.
Yeah. But so, I mean, but I think that's what everybody else was feeling. I kind of felt that too.
Donovan didn't understand the caller. You're just talking. Like,
yeah, I felt that energy definitely. But you know, to be honest, we have to kind of deal with like whatever the person's saying. We got to deal with what they're saying, and not what we feel that they're saying. You know what I mean? So in a way,
there's a sneak tip. Like, Erica, why don't you come on the show? Like I said that because you forgot to read her super chat, right? She says the reason why you don't like black women is because you're attracting the bad ones, right? Like, you're bad, so you attract the bad ones. That's that chicken and egg thing again, man. Like, listen, man, I'm not like, come on, guys. Like, you guys have to know. I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but I'm not stupid, right?
She also says, damn, sir, I will give Donovan 5 just for that. I agree. Behavior and choices are your own, even after your parents influenced it earlier.
Here's the crazy part about all this stuff.
Uh-huh.
you create the guys that you wind up hating when you date, but the whole time you're complicit in everything along the way. So how you gonna know you're involved in it and know it ends bad and be complicit at the same time? You hands off, and then so what you're saying is you can continue this behavior. So sometimes, you know, I hear things like that, and I cut people off mentally, because I'm like, basically what's going on is you can see the destruction. You know where the destruction started from, but since you are basically, now you're an adult and you can be in that position, you're going to continue the destruction because you want to have your run at fucking up too. But ultimately, you're going to blame the men after it's all said and done.
My bad, Erica. I misunderstood.
Yeah. And that's why I try to hear what they're saying, because I want to, I definitely get that implication too. And from what I hear, she's a feminist, has a feminist channel on YouTube. I'll check out some of her content. But
listen, I didn't know who she was, but you know what? As soon as she started, I picked up on it immediately. Right, I'm sorry. Right. Area code 423 has been listening to us yammer on area code 423. You're on live with the Brother Pill.
Hey guys, how you doing?
What's up, man?
I'm Jerry. I was just calling because I had to have a godfather moment with my mother just the other night. I'm dating a chick. I was married for 17 years, been divorced about 3. Well, a girl I'm dealing with told her that she wanted to get married. Well, she knows how I feel about marriage, and I'm not heading that way. I'm trying to manipulate my mother into manipulating me. I had to tell my mother just last night, hey, don't you ever go against the family, anybody.
Okay. Thanks for the call, area code 423. I don't really know what that had to do with the topic.
I don't even know, but yeah, man, that sounds like some Italian movie. She's The Godfather. Yeah, hey, y'all niggas stop calling in smoking that crack, man. What the fuck wrong with you niggas, man? God damn. Go ahead. Next caller.
All right. Next caller, area code 651. You're on live.
Nigga called in on that shit.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
How you doing? I'm just going to get back to the topic. I'm going to make it brief, but I think the main reason why black women big up their daughters more than their sons, because they feel like they're going to be failures if they don't big them up. Because the daughters is like a reflection of them. So they feel like if they don't big the daughters up, basically they're going to become failures. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes all the sense in the world. Area code 410. You're on live with the Brother Pill. Go ahead.
Hello?
Oh, here we go. All right, the real Dana, you're getting timed out. Here we go. Here she goes. She's in here talking shit. All right, see ya. Call me on. Listen, call me on my show. You're out of here. Go ahead. Area code 410. You're on live with the Brother Pill. Go ahead.
Oh, as far as the topic goes, I feel the reason they complain is because of the lack of accountability. I think it's a very, very rare thing for you to find a woman that will not tell you that she was always the hero in her own goddamn story. Like, that's just complete bullshit to me. Because, like, for instance, take Future, the rapper, and I hate to use celebrities as examples.
No, those are good examples.
This nigga has 9 baby mamas. 9. Trying to get himself a little basketball team over there.
That nigga's stupid.
Yeah, you got 9 baby mamas, and women talk about, oh, that's trash, that's trash, that's trash, that's trash. Yet, they're still out here allowing him to spread his seed.
Right.
And then they're going to complain when he's not around to, you know, helping that child's development and growth, and et cetera, et cetera. Like, I just feel it's a lack of accountability with these women as to why they just keep, because it's easier to complain, and like Dana, who just called, and you guys, you know, just called out, no bullshit, basically told us to suck it up and get over it because, you know, we're adults.
Exactly. There it is. That's exactly right.
Because we're men. But but like when it's in the situation of a woman, oh no, hell no, that ain't happening. You gotta burn down the fucking earth and the next galaxy over.
That's what I'm saying, man. No, listen, good call, area code 410. Yeah, like she called up, and it was funny because area code 410 summed it up exactly. She literally just told us, hey, you're men, you got to suck it up. Don't blame mommy and daddy, you know, for the fact that you don't like black women. Like, that's what she said. And she went into this route, like, dude, like, come on, man. Like, we're not dumb. We're not stupid. There was one other, give me 1 second. Mrs. Fancy Robert says, can I please get the call-in number? Oh, here we go. Here we go. Yeah, women, please call in. Listen, she's not going to call in. Listen, women very, very rarely call in. The only time they call in is when they talk about, women call in here to talk shit about me. And here's another thing I love. Donovan's too sensitive. Yeah. When they see that I call them out on their bullshit, they like to say, oh, he's sensitive. He's in his feelings. Oh, God. Like, seriously, like, that's an old argument. Area code 469. You're on live with the Brother Pill. Go ahead. Area code 469. Going once. Going twice.
Sorry about that.
Oh, my bad. Call back. 469.
Hold on a second. Shout out to my big bro, Misanthropic One, man. That's my big bro, man, in the building, man. Shout out to my bro. I love you, man. Every time I see him, I gotta shout him out. Go ahead, Donovan. Who we got? You hung up on the name. He's like,
Area code, yeah, like, you know, come on, you guys gotta get ready. All right, area code 843. You're on live with the Brother Pill. Go ahead.
Hey, Jonathan Sharp, what's up?
What's up, brother?
LAR Movement.
What's happening?
Jackson, Calypso, Oregon. And I was just looking at the topic of black men, women, the men they complain about. I was just going ahead to respond back the woman that you guys were talking to. Her name was Dr. something. I don't know.
Yeah, Dana, whatever, fucks from feminism, whatever.
Yeah, you know, she's just throwing a flag grenade at you and stuff like that.
Yeah,
you know,
that was easy.
That other guy was throwing some type of word or something like that. But, you know, you are right. You know, everybody is a product of their environment, of where they lived at and everything else. And then it's so, you know, I mean, nobody can't blame you, Jonathan Sharp, for what you have gone through in your life and everything else and how you see you black women. It's just based on the feminism, the gynocentric society, everything that's basically been going on and everything else is here in the Me Too moment. So guys react in a different way, including that MGTOW thing is going on.
Right.
So I would just like to say, yeah. So this is just a way that men are waking up all the way around and not get married and anything else like that. But they do, because it's a stereotype. And then they want to know why men they treat me on this and this and this and this and this and that. Because of the way how, you know, society portrays what they should be like in black men and everything.
Right.
So that's the only thing I want to get my topic on.
Thanks for the call. Thanks for the call, area code 843.
Can I say something quick about the stereotype?
Oh, you got it. Go ahead.
It's always hilarious that, you know, you raise these guys, like if you raise a kid and you coddle him, right? And then he grows up to be ain't shit. But there's always some chick there that'll fuck him and have kids with him and be married to him. But he ain't shit because he fits the ain't shit stereotype. But somehow the ain't shit stereotype is attractive as hell.
Wait a minute. Hold on, wait. Hold on. I don't mean to cut you off. I gotta do a Donovan right now. I gotta cut you off. I gotta do a Donovan. Listen, I got to. Because Rom said the same fucking thing. Black women are fond of saying your mama black to black men. Usually in cases where black men criticizing black women are when their brother is dating Becky. Well, black women need to realize that the same women they complain about being players, womanizers, and thugs had black mamas too. Okay, hold on a second. Wait. He also says the little boy that grows up into a man who looks fly and who knows how to get women to take care of him. His teacher was his mother. In any relationship, there comes a time when a man has to step up to be a man. This male, we really can't call him a man, doesn't know what to do. He doesn't have the training. While the mother was raising her daughter to be strong and independent, she raised her son to be cute and dependent. The women who got involved with those males end up hating the male for the very thing that attracted them to in the first place. LAR, it's the same thing you fucking said. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Talk, man. Real talk. Listen, just like Rom said, it's not even black women. Women, single mothers create the men they complain about.
And you know when it exists and it makes me laugh. Get on social media and see the pictures of these of the little boys taking pictures, and they look like grown men that dressed up like grown men who they're fucking the club.
Right.
He got a colorful ass shirt on with some colorful ass pants or slacks with some sneakers, fresh line, and then you like, that's your type at the club too. You got a turquoise shirt on and some pink slacks and some turquoise shoes, and that's the dude that's gonna be smacking you in your ass tonight, and you gonna say he ain't shit. But if you look on your timeline, Junior over there is dressed like young Future Thug.
Right up.
The same goddamn way.
You're gonna get all that ass. You got all that ass.
Okay.
All right, let's go back to the phone lines. Let us bring on Miss Fancy Roberts. Miss Fancy Roberts, you're on live with the Brother Pill. Go ahead.
Yes, hello?
Wait a minute. Miss Fancy Roberts said that she was area code 475.
No, sorry, that was my wife. That was my wife. She
90
Are you
seconds.
serious? That was your wife? Nah, man. I don't This nigga knew exactly how to get to the front of the line. This nigga had the real Dana said, "You're not important enough to do a video on. You called me a bitch and I didn't disrespect you. Not only do you have mommy issues, you present no objective commentary." No, my commentary is not objective, and yeah, I may have mommy issues. You're 2 for 2, Dana. You're 2 for 2, but you are still a bitch.
60 seconds.
Get the fuck out of here, Dana. Like, dude, honestly, just go back to your own channel. Like, I get it. Like, Dana, you want to fuck me too. It's all good. I'm all in your area. Area code 512, you're on live with the Brother Pill. Go ahead.
Hey, what's up, you guys? This is Erica from the class.
Erica Williams, what's up?
What's good, you guys? Listen, I know she shook you guys up tonight, but you guys are spot on. There's a lot what you see in the community. I laugh. I go look at high school pictures of people showing their babies. Their baby's got a gold chain on. Baby's barely 2. They got these polos, Nikes. I'm like, what is going on? And it really is a lack of, honestly, these women don't know what to do. Let's just be honest. Some of these women are raising these girls to be like, you need a good job. You need to finish high school, especially military town. You need to go into
10
military.
seconds.
But then their son, they're at a loss. And honestly, if you have some of these broken homes, this is second generation of people not knowing what the hell to do with it. You know what I mean?
Damn, yeah. Goddamn. Like, she broke the fuck down. I like how she talks fast.
I didn't mean to make it negative. I just have I have 6 uncles and I also have 20 boy cousins. It's only like 4 girls in our family. And they've just always been like, don't deal with that dude. Let that dude go. That dude's crap. Like, if he can't come to the house and see us, he's crap. Like, and so I think you also need men in the family to kind of guide and structure young people, period. It's easy for young kids to get off the road, right? So
yeah.
I list like ABL in here trolling and I'm laughing, but yes, it's true. She had a side argument and I will give her that. She did have a side argument. Like, you people are kind of growing up with these like bitter colored glasses. Their parents were horrible, so everybody is horrible. Like, you even had a guy on the show, O'Shea, who was like married some white lady, and he was like, yeah, in the end, after he was talking, he was like, yeah, I probably had some mommy issues. I mean, I probably could find a black chick. I probably didn't have to marry this girl. I'm trying to think of the guy's name in the show you did, but it was hilarious because I was like, that was a straight up counseling session on live YouTube. So don't doubt that there are men watching this show and it's helping them. So, whatever you guys feel about Donovan or how he's saying it or how he's displaying it, there's people probably watching this that this is really helping their life. So I just wanted to throw that in there. But again, like I was telling O'Shea, I'm seeing a lot of baby mamas, a lot of white girl baby mamas up here in Austin, snagging these single engineer dudes. They're putting on the dress. They're getting down to size 6. They're getting that dude back. They know how the game is played, so they're playing the game. And unfortunately, I think a lot of African American women don't realize, okay, if you get stuck with a kid, don't have another kid. Don't have another baby daddy issue. Like, whatever you got to do, girl, if you got to lose that weight, you got to get a better job and find like the nerdiest steady Eddie, go marry him and go sit down. And I know that sounds horrible, but it's just one of those things.
Oh shit!
But yeah, I just came on.
Yo, Erica, coming on and drop. Listen. That's probably the first and last time I'll ever applause a female. Dude, she came on here and dropped that red pill truth, and she didn't trash anybody one way or the other. She just kept it 100.
And one of the things she said is funny that I thought about what she was saying is, it's a red flag when you see a woman with a son and she wants her son to be pretty.
Oh my God, dude.
It's just he fly. If you don't shut your stupid ass up, you want your son to be pretty and you want your daughter to be a bulldog, but you don't know why nobody respects them when they become adults.
Right.
It absolutely makes no sense because you you know, this that ISIS papers thing where you reverse the roles, and you saying you're trying to protect the boys, but what are you really trying to protect the boys from when you raise them and coddle them and make sure they can't be men? What are you actually protecting them from? Because here's the thing about it: if you use the ISIS papers and racism, these same mothers will fuck these white cops that'll kill them.
Eat up.
Damn. Oh.
So,
no, don't say it. Say it again.
No, I'm not gonna set it off.
Let me just do this real quick. I want to shout out some people with a super chat, right? And I really appreciate the brothers, man, that always hold me down. Let me just read them off real quick. And I went to the restroom. It seems like there was somebody got called a name or something like that. But a lot happens in a few minutes on the Brother Pill. So let me shout out to the people that's been supporting the Brother Pill. I mean, you guys make it possible for us to do this show. You support us on Patreon. Donovan has a Patreon. The Negro Manosphere's Patreon. And guys, thank you for what you guys do, because of you, we can do the NegroManosphere.com that Roland Martin reads now. D.L. Hughley reads it. And it's all because of brothers like you for supporting. Let me go ahead and read this. Ross Oxafari, Real Talk EW. That's a second donation. Maddie goes with 125. Damn. Why is it these black women have their young sons looking like they're in a rap video, cornrows, dreads, and crying, screaming effeminate? Jonathan Cole, new brother, black women don't know what they want. Carl's opinion. The old saying for women, when your son gets married, you lose a son. And when your daughter gets married, you gain a son. Now, when you have a mother-in-law to deal with, it never ends. So again, Erica, damn, sir, I would give Donovan for that. Agree. Behavior and choices are your own, even if your plans influence it. Josh, the quick, my mama ain't raised no sense. Red Pip for why? Maurice November, keep up the great work. Ross Oxtafari, Darian Iron Brother Pill Show, Carl's opinion, LAR. This guy gave it away when he said, "I'm happy you're able to discuss this comment." Let me just do this real quick, guys. Listen, I'm not the kind of person that likes to beg for anything, but I get tired of seeing the same people always supporting the show. It's always the same. And you know what? Carl's opinion, he's here all the time. He's not even black. He's out donating black men on black shows, which is ridiculous. You know what I mean? We have black issues, and you have the white guy who's typically in a woman like Erica, who's donating more than everybody else. And Maddie goes. So we like to see new people to support what we're doing, even if it's $1 or $2. Like I get tired of seeing the same people always having to support us, because we have people that watch us and say they like the content, but they don't support what we're doing. So we need to get in the habit of doing, even if it's $1. Josh the Quick is every show. Carl's opinions every show. Erica Williams is every show. The moderators are every show. You know, Charles Merchant every show, right? Devin Haley, this is a good show. Thank you so much. $10. Dwayne, thank you. Charles White, new brother, Street Genius. So guys, you know, it's something to give $1 or $2, you know, to support what we're doing. It shouldn't be the same people every fucking show giving, you know, all the money all the time. All right. So go ahead. Let's go to the callers.
All right.
Okay.
Let's go.
Wait, LAR, something saying? I'm sorry, LAR, something?
You got it.
I'm gonna say this real quick. And part of red pill rage sometimes that I think about is guys don't realize the difference between their mother giving them red pill game because they actually want them to be successful with women, and their mother giving them red pill game because their mama lonely and they need a side boyfriend for their son. You know, this is an issue that comes with this parenting. You know, she's not good. She's not good for this, that, the reason. Is she really not good for those reasons, or is she really not good because your mama lonely? And sometimes guys don't catch that until it's too late. You know what I'm saying? That's all I was thinking at the time.
That's a good thought. I like that. Tony Godley says more solutions, less talk. All right. Area code 347. You're on live with the Brother Pill. Thanks for holding, and you go ahead.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hello? Hey, brothers. How you doing? How you doing, man?
Good.
What's up? Sketch one from New York. Yeah, definitely, man. That chick, Donna Dana, what the hell that damn feminist is, man, for real. I swear, yo. The woman like that, like the two words, it's like a curse word to them. It's equivalent to the self-accountability. that's like the equivalent. That's equivalent to saying the word fuck in the church.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, to a black woman. You know what I'm saying, for real. And that's what she was trying to do too with you, Donovan. Like, she trying to shame you for you know what I'm saying?
On the sneak tip. She's trying to shame me on the sneak tip.
Exactly.
She's trying to say you're a grown man, so you should know and grow out of it. She tried to tell me that my choices are my decisions. Yes, they are, but that has nothing to do with my view on black women, sweetheart. And she knows it.
Exactly, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, for real, like, you know, it's like realize that, you know what I'm saying, as we grow up, before we reach certain of age of knowledge, to have knowledge of our choices, they are part of the problem. Parents are part of the problem. We like sponges from the ages of like when we born to like, what is it, 10, something like that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then after we turn our teens, that's when we start seeing certain choices we have to take responsible for. But even still, like, you know, as we get older, it's just like, you remember Boys in the Hood, the mother that had Dope Boy and Ricky? Why Ricky was like, why Dope Boy the way he was? Because his mother played the part of that. You know what I'm saying? She treated both of them differently because based on the fathers they had. Even though after he got older, he had to take responsibility for his own choices, but she was part of that. She still treated him like shit, even when he got older and shit like that. And then when Ricky died, you see how she treated him, right? She smacked the shit out of him like he shot him. You know what I'm saying? For real, like, yo, that shit's fucked up. Like, damn. I swear these chicks these days, man, for real, like, they don't want to take self-accountability for their own mess. But like when they shame us for, like, you know, choosing certain things to blame, like, you know, yeah, like we y'all want to be all right to blame other people and stuff, other people for your mishaps, but we do it. It's like a curse. It's like a bad thing into the world. Man, come on, man.
You're flawed because you don't like
yeah,
black women, and that's a bad decision. You can't blame that on mommy and daddy.
Exactly.
Oh, bitch, please get out of here.
Exactly.
Like, dude, everybody
and
else.
You don't want to shame her for our choices of females that we want to.
Yeah, whatever.
Man, come on, man. It's like my brother, Mr. Research said, we are controlling of our own dicks.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Man, not. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Good call.
I like to leave it like that. Also, I want to shout out to Miss Erica Williams also too. She's
Straight
just
up.
as knowledgeable how to teach females the game, just like Nicole in the beauty movement. And that's sad. We gotta protect those two women, man, for real. Because you know they try to teach female game how it is, and they try to shame them. Like,
I agree.
no.
I agree. Listen, thanks for the call, area code 347. She's right. Is it Michelle Nicole or Nicole Michelle?
Yeah,
listen, Nicole Michelle, she has my 100% endorsement. I thought that she was out here faking the funk, like all these other bitches out here trying to be female red pill, like this Irene, whatever the fuck her name is, basically a cam girl who talks like a white girl who thinks she knows about men. All she's doing is being a cam girl. That's not who Nicole Michelle is. She is out here really. Listen, man, if y'all sisters want to know how to get with like quality brothers, y'all need to listen to that sister. Real talk. And listen, I don't endorse women on any sort of broadcast. That's just not something I do. But real talk. Nicole Michelle is the real deal, man.
True.
All right, let's do our last two callers. You guys want to do that? All right.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Area code 469. You're on live with the Brother Pill. Go ahead.
Hey, how's it going? This is Mr. Leach out of Texas.
Hey, what's up, brother?
So women don't like to take accountability for anything.
No.
They do not like to apologize, and they do not like to change. And if they take accountability for this stuff, they're going to have to both apologize and they're going to have to change. Right? So mothers are the first teacher, right? And it's gotten to the point now to where 15, 16, 17-year-old boys don't even mow the lawns or shovel the snow because their mothers will come outside and take the shovel and the lawnmower from them. Yet they want him, some other little girl is going to want him to be manly. And they're going to try to blame that on everybody except the mother, right? And then the females reward the guy who they say have behaviors that they don't like. Well, why do they have the most children?
Listen, very good question. Junie Zone says, no, don't delete him. Junie Zone says, Brother Donovan, you can't talk about a black woman sounding like a white girl when you yourself have said others say you sound like a white guy. Yes, I can. I can talk about whatever the fuck I want. All right, last caller of the day, area code 856. 856. You're on live with the Brother Pill. Go ahead.
How you doing?
Good.
I do think that black women create the men that they complain about, especially being that 70% or 70+% of the homes are single mother homes. So if they're primarily with the mother has the greatest influence.
No, I agree. That makes all the sense in the world, since the mothers are the strong Black women. And it's funny. And parents, and I think this is indicative of men and women. When the son or the daughter does well, that's my boy, that's my girl. But then when they do something wrong, look what your son, look what your daughter did. Black women are this, or single moms are the same way, right? When they make mistakes, you know, they want to blame the baby daddy. But when they go off and do something like, you know, when they do something good, yep, that's my son, that's my daughter.
You know,
can you imagine if the large majority of Black kids were valedictorians or something like that, and they came from 70+% single mother homes? There would be all these reports on how Black mothers were the greatest mothers and so forth,
there you go.
Meaning that they were responsible for this to happen. But if something negative happens, then all of a sudden nobody knows how things work. They don't know how things are influenced.
Wow.
So
very good call, man. Very good call. Wow, that was a great call. That was a great call.
Sorry.
Go ahead, LAR.
Okay, when it comes to relationships, marriages, and functionality, right? It seems like they never say the thing that's right in the open. Maybe these guys raised by single mothers don't want to marry women that remind them of their mother. And maybe because there's so many single mothers, it turns guys off from the single mother mentality. You know, and they reinforce this with the girls by teaching the girls to be basically mean.
Blog Talk Radio.
You know, to guys. So they're raising the girls to be mean as shit, raising the guys to be dependent and shit, but don't realize that the guys kind of snap out of it and like, you remind me of my mom and I don't want to be around her. Because they're talking a lot of times the ladies talk to us as men like we're children, because that's how our mothers talked to us when we were children. Not understanding you talking to a grown ass man who ain't trying to hear that.
Right.
So I'm done.
And in many cases might fuck you up too, because you know some of these niggas, the niggas that are, I think they're most violent against women are the dudes that women raise. They're more likely to fuck women up, in my opinion. You know what I mean? But let me just say this. I don't have any, I would say any ill will against like African-American women. But I do see where there's a great disconnect and stuff like that. And one of the things that we can do, because we do know that there are so many Black men out there that are suffering from what we're talking about now, is to have these conversations. Like Omutifu, he believes, and he was in here earlier, and he doesn't really know the African-American culture. He's like, well, you're talking more about Black men and Black female relationships things. But this is something that never gets tired in our communities. And one of the things is this, as Black men, we need to create more conversations that Black men can help each other and talk to one another. Because one of the reasons why Black men have low self-esteem, we have to own part of it, is that those of us that can help other Black men, we don't. We don't create safe spaces for men to be able to come in and talk, or to create situations where men can kind of get together and kind of discuss certain things. So 2019, maybe me and Donovan collab, or maybe he'll just write it by himself or whatever. We're going to write how to overcome being raised by a single mother. If we don't collab on it, I'll write it or something like that. But then we also want to do this for those people who are new to my channel or new to this channel. If you put your email in the email in the box right now, I will send you all the ebooks that we have for the NegroManosphere.com. Me and Tony Maceo were probably working on one. Something happened. We might be doing it again. So guys, check out the NegroManosphere.com. Donovan has over 100 articles over there. We have 4 ebooks. What are the ebooks that you've written, Donovan, on that are free?
Yeah, How to Stop Simping in 24 Hours was the first one. The second one was Black Man's Revenge, the Black Man's Guide to dating white girls and other non-Black women. Okay. And then the last one was Why Men Should Stop Helping Women.
Why men should stop helping women. So listen, you know, you guys support us. So the ebooks that we have, I have the Dr. Action comic. There's a survivalism ebook. They're free, right? We don't right now. We don't charge anything for this stuff. Okay. So if you drop your emails down, and so for some of you that were probably thinking about, well, why should I support on the Patreon for Donovan or O'Shea, or LAR? This is the reason why. You know, we've tried to build situations where we can let brothers know that, okay, yeah, we care about what's going on and all this stuff. So this is a pretty much a safe space that we're trying to create for men. For whatever reason, though, God damn it, I'll tell you what, my tab is fucking up where I can't copy and paste all the emails for whatever reason. Wait, I need a new note. How do you create a new note here? New folder. White man's holding me back. Do you know how to create a new note on Mac? New note. Okay, here we go. New note. All right, guys. So just put your emails there. I'll send all of these ebooks by hand. All right. And guys, we really appreciate what you do. And this is the reason why you should support what we're doing, even if you don't have $1 or anything like that. Tell people about what we're doing. Tell people about what Donovan has. Tell people, all of us, we want to get the word out there that we are black men trying to create situations for other black men. Go ahead, Donovan.
Yeah, the great Conwell wants to know, is the Negro Manosphere for teens also? Hell yeah, man. We're trying to get to y'all before you turn. We're trying to get to y'all before the women do. That's just how it is, man. Oh, look at this. Unique Laura says, showing you guys some love because I love what you do. And Donovan, I don't care what them women say. You're awesome. How about that? Appreciate it. Laura. Always like getting, always.
Damn, all these emails, bro.
A lot of bullets. I'm good. Oh, another $100 super chat. God damn.
Oh, shit. Thanks, bro. I can't even read all of them. Are you still there?
Yeah, I think the show is doing good.
Yeah, his channel is doing good. But these fucking emails, bro, I can't get all of them.
All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and drop off, man.
All right.
I got to go.
Yeah. Okay, we'll drop off. Me and LAR will stay on for a little bit. Okay. Go ahead, Donovan. Drop off, man. I'll read the super chats and I'll take care of the emails. And guys, if you don't get it, God damn, it's so many. It's so fast. Any last words, Donovan?
He gone already. I didn't even chance that piece. Yeah.
Yeah. Say something to these niggas, man, while I'm getting these emails and shit.
Okay. Here's the thing. The question sometimes I have to ask is, do people even want the solution? You know, because everybody knows what to do and how to reverse this. So do you actually, because all of this shit that we talk about in our community that needs to be fixed ultimately starts at home. So we creating people that we know are not going to be functional in society as adults. We know we need to fix it, but we won't fix it because it equates to crazy people have the best sex. So we're going to just fuck them up. I mean, to me, it's like the craziest shit ever. Like, okay. And everybody don't want to admit it. Like, okay, do you create these guys? Yeah. Are you attracted to these guys? And here's the hypocrisy that's the kicker.
Okay.
You talk to somebody and they tell you all of their standards and everything that they like and all of their red flags and deal breakers. And then you look at the people that they date, and a lot of the times it's two completely different worlds.
Absolutely.
And you're like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, what, you know, I don't like this kind of person because they did this. How did you date 37 fuck ups consecutively and now all of a sudden you got standards?
Right.
How you do that? That's just what I'm attracted to. Well, why are you making these guys who are not, who are all the things you say you want? Why are you making them jump through hoops? You know, I mean, fuck up could go balls deep in 37 seconds.
Exactly.
So who does he remind you of? And then I take it back to old school parenting. Who, like the caller talked about earlier about the guys coming over drunk, or when his mother was coming drunk. A lot of these young ladies see the kind of men that their mother was dating.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
They're attracted to the same type of guy that their mama was attracted to.
Mm-hmm.
And guess who their mama was attracted to? Hobosexuals. Mm-hmm. Niggas that ain't shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and people don't want to talk about it, but sometimes, you know, if you a fuck up as a woman and you have kids and you still a fuck up, the only people that's gonna mess with you after a while are fuck ups.
Uh-oh.
So your kids are basically seeing you really dating after you hit the wall and you ain't got no options.
Mm-hmm.
So now now your kids think that, you know, this is normal because you didn't explain to them fully, I fucked up so much. These are the only guys that's going to have sex with me. They're not even going to talk to me per se. They're not going to date me. They're not going to marry me, but these are the only ones left that's going to actually have sex with me. And I got needs. And they ain't smart enough to say, maybe you need to get your needs met on the side on the weekend or something like that in a hotel, not bringing these fools into the house. Because the boys get the very same thing. That's all I got to do to get some action. I mean, how many boys have been sitting in the house looking at their mama boyfriend or their mama side dude or their mama smash partner like, man, if you don't get this dusty ass nigga up out of the living room, man, say, little James, let's play Madden together. Let's bond, man. If you don't get your bitch ass off the couch, ain't got time for you.
Oh shit!
I see you like the same Kool-Aid I like. You know, I drunk the last of it last time. Oh, that's why it was empty last time. Okay, that's nice to know, you little bitch. You know, guys coming in eating the leftovers, don't you? The hell. And who do they wind up being? When girls in college. And guys used to complain about that when girls is in college. Who the girls in college dating? Are they dating the dudes in college, or are they dating the dope boys that's supplying to college?
Oh shit! Look at Tony talking about. Don't get me started. Oh, you have somewhere you wanted to say that?
No, do that. Do your thing.
Let me do this real quick, guys. I'm gonna shout out all the super chats. Damn, y'all about to go. Y'all must have got paid. Y'all selling dope or something. Listen, I thank you guys for all the support. Let me say this: if you want to shout out in the thirst box, ding ding, loser track losers, water 6 zone level, our men will only live with them. That's these boyfriends kill these kids. Thank you again, Eric. I'm gonna shout out super chats right now. Okay, so you didn't give me like 40 emails, guys. Stand by. I will send all those emails out in about an hour of the ebooks. Okay. And let me also say this real quick. I want to say this. Thank you, my edification. Speak the truth. If you want a shout out on the thirst box, go to the thirst box and watch the new episode. Episode 18 is up. I know Donnell likes the thirst box. So you guys know I have that thing going on. I just uploaded episode 18. Sometimes you don't get the notifications. So if you go to the thirst box episode 18, and if you hashtag shout me out thirst box and you watch the episode, I'll shout you out at episode 19. So go check it out. It is kind of long. I'm gonna start shortening them up, but it's like 24 minutes or something like that. So oh my god, Dr. Ford, $20. I told that story about how Dr. Ford played me for a nigga that was ugly to me. I know that's kind of hard to think about, huh? Now you see Afric. Thank you for taking my call. $5. TY motherfucking nitty. It's over for black women using the black on black card against black men. That shit don't work no more. Thank you, brother. $100. Damn, y'all niggas is balling. Glenn Hall, thank you, brother. Women choose men who remind them of the dominant male figures from her childhood. I don't know what type of man likes based on what her dad or male figure was, based on how she interacted with them. Now you see Afric, another $2. Unique Laura, showing you guys some love because I love what you do. And Donovan, I don't care what women say. You're awesome. Unique Laura, thank you. Josh the Quick. Brother Pill podcast out here saving lives. Love Seat Shoddy. I just collaborated with him. You'll see Reverend Dr. Do You Wrong on his new video. Stop posting. I can't keep up no more. Jamonji Rio. Black women love to feel like the most important in the household, so they produce bum kids that will always depend on mommy and keep coming back. El Cubeway. Proper respect to the panel. Fair criticism to the guys not donating. I only say that because the same people always support all the time. So that's just the only reason why, I said it this time. Moses Jenkins, no response. Thank you. Always supporting. DeAndre Stevenson always supports. Bay Area bro, thank you for twice for $2. Charles Caballero always supporting. Women grow old, but they never grow up. Donovan Sharp. Mike Clemens, Big Mike, always supporting. Black women need to save them from themselves. Oh shit. Marcus Barrett, thank you. $5. Casper, OG Casper, always supporting. He's one of our moderators here. $5. Fly the boy. 8419. Keep doing what you're doing. Stone from Cali. Michael Coleman, $5. Great show. Leroy Honeycutt, always supporting. $5. Bay Area bro, $2. Tink Tub, just got in here, brother. Uncle Larry, great show, and I'm glad it's reaching the matches. Keep it up, guys. Devon Mitchell, $2. David Nino Brown, at least when Ling Ling nag, I get some low main. Mr. Michi, thank you so much. Ross Oxafari again, thanks so much. LAR, man, I gotta thank you, bro. You know, you in the season 2, you've been kicking ass, man. This has been way better than what I thought it was gonna be. Any last words for all your Nazim, Dr. Ford? Let me rub your feet, boo. He's so thirsty. Anything else you want to say?
One little last quote, and we can get out of here, bro. I just thought about this. This is why a lot of brothers I'm a nigga who ain't shit uniform, because it gets some pussy. Why y'all think these guys run around here extra tatted up, extra sagging, colorful as fuck, you know, looking kind of hard but kind of soft? You know what I'm saying? Like, why do y'all think they're doing it? You know how many guys I know who, you know, they look like the dude that they think that y'all will have sex with.
Right.
If you just look if you commit to looking the part of a nigga that ain't shit, you could be retarded as fuck, and you gonna get. You remember the dude with the big ass neck they was making fun of?
Yeah, with all the tattoos and shit.
Didn't he say in one of the videos he had to thank all the ladies when he got out? Like, because that's a
real dude.
Yeah, that's a real dude with a real neck like that.
Are you serious?
Yes, he got arrested like maybe a week after he got out for some other shit. So yeah, that's definitely real. Prison Bay, real dude, right? The light-skinned dude, same thing. If you look like you ain't about shit, it's sexy. I mean, in the real world, how Future keep getting chicks pregnant?
Yeah, you're right about that.
He look like and nigga look like he bulimic. His dreads thicker than him. But it's something about him. Because he wear the ain't shit nigga uniform. You know, we done, man. I'm sorry, man.
Let me just say this. Shout out to Uncle Larry. He sent me an email, right? He wanted the ebooks. I sent them to him. All 4 of them are in the thing, right? I want everybody to get all our free shit. And the comic, right? Look at the Dr. Action comic. So I'm gonna write I typically do like 2 free ebooks a year. So when you basically I've done all of that already. So guys, give me about 30 minutes. I'll put in all of the shit. O'Shea, he has a thyroid condition. Oh, okay. It's no response. Keep it up, Teggy. Oh, okay, great show. I got your email, keep Teggy. All right. Let me know what you guys think of the ebooks, though. Don't have me sending you niggas all this shit and y'all don't read it. Because if I find out you ain't read it, fuck you niggas up. Peace out, y'all.
Peace.